Oh,
So
good.
I think all of us can say that Dr. Maggie has changed our lives. But for me, my mom saved my life. Like, I would not be where I am without her. About 2 years before I started the program, my mom found Dr. Maggie.
Speaking of one-on-one with doctors, right? I also find that it's also very isolating for a lot of people with autoimmune disease where the family may not know how to help even if they want to. And I want to ask, some people have partners here and some people don't have partners here, but can you share with us what was something really surprising with the way that your family showed up as a result of being in a program like this?
For me, it became, a complete family affair, starting with my husband, who was always on the sides, listening in and doing the modules with me, to my kids, and, the food, from the foods that we eat to really the way we go about.
Even though we don't have an autoimmune disease, it changed our life, the way we eat and the way we look at things, and the way I think of regular medical doctors as well. Now, it's changed her, how she knows how to speak to doctors, and we just don't always have to say, okay, we're going to take this pill now, and it's going to do this, and you'll just get on. It seems like you just get on a hamster wheel almost,
And even my son, I have a 17-year-old son who recently started suffering from acne, and the dermatologist right away, they want to put them on antibiotics. And I said to him, I think we need to look at your diet first. And, at first he's a kid who loves egg sandwiches and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I think we need to cut them out for a little bit and see what happens. And then, a few weeks in, he gave me a hard time, but he did it. And he was like, well, what would Dr. Maggie say? So like, you're like a staple name in our house. What would Dr. Maggie do? What would Dr. Maggie say? But it's influenced everybody, and the way we, the way we deal with doctors, but just even the food that we eat and the drinks that we put in our body. And, we could be not feeling a certain way because of this. And, my kids know they take their vitamin C, your vitamin C, every single day. So it's definitely impacted us.
We made better choices with foods we eat, and even reading labels to know what's in them and to know what should not be in there, what's in there, and just trying to refine. And from when Jen started this, we cook so much more at home, because we feel if we go out, we don't know what's gonna be in the food or what they're adding to the food,
And just as a whole, it is a family affair. It wouldn't be able to do all the things that I do if I didn't have a support system from my husband. Even on, for days when I don't feel good and he helps, with the kids, but you definitely need the support of your family going forward. And this is so welcoming to the family and really family friendly. So thank you.
Last year, before she started, I almost had to take a week off of work because she was feeling terrible. So now she's at the point where she can work through everything now much easier. Before it can almost cripple you. And if you're not in the situation, people don't know what you're talking about. I'm close as I can be into the situation. I don't feel what she feels, but I'm close as I can be. And it's sometimes it's heart-wrenching to watch.
So this is a blessing.
Yes.
One of the points you're highlighting is that I think that it's a lot of people with autoimmune disease. If you're making food changes, you feel almost like you're guilty to actually have other people in the family make those changes with you. And I feel like the educational component of the program, where you actually learn the why and you have data to actually show this is why I'm doing this. And you have Dr. Maggie, I guess, in your ear and on your videos all over the screen every time. I do think that there is some impact in the support circle of people around you when they actually understand the why, understand the educational aspect, and you can even show them your data. I think it has an impact on the ability to rally support with your family to actually do this with you, or at least support you. Is that your experience?
So I think all of us can say that Dr. Maggie has changed our lives. But for me, my mom saved my life. Like, I would not be where I am without her. About 2 years before I started the program, my mom found Dr. Maggie, and she would send me Facebook videos and text me links. And I was defiant. I was like, I don't need this. I don't need this. I'm fine. So I would just, ignore her. So anyone listening, keep sending it to them. If you have someone that you're trying to help, keep sending it to them, and eventually they'll watch. But my mom has been through all of this with me, and she led me here, and she has been my biggest support system. system. And when things were hard and, you know, I didn't want to do it, she was there supporting me and helping me. And I can't thank her enough. I wish she could be here to be on the live with us, because she's been my biggest champion, and really I wouldn't feel the way I do without her.
Grace, I love you, and I love your mom just as much. And here's why. Just so you guys know, like, Grace actually joined us first. Initially, she signed up for my hormone masterclass. This was when we had the program live the first time, and she couldn't make it to the first 3 meetings. And her mom was on those meetings and watching all the video modules with her. And I remember on one of the last meetings, Grace showed up and she's like, I'm done with these classes or this exam, and I finally can jump in. I've been taking notes and all this. You were ready. Like, your mom armed you and you were ready. And it was as if you had attended all of them, because she actually went through the whole thing with you. And then when you actually decided to join the main program later, she was there all the way through with the technology struggle and all too.
Yes, 100%.
Incredible. Well, the other thing is, you know, I have something to say, which I always say, the most important ways that we actually influence other family members is either as an example or as a warning. And some of the alumni already are talking about this. I think that you can tell a kid till you're blue in the face to do this. But if they see you getting better through your actions and your results, it's very different, because you're actually teaching by example. Do any of you have any stories or reflection on an impact that this has had upon a family member that was very resistant to changes in their own health just because you became an example?
It wasn't because of an example, because she lives in California, we live in Vegas, but she finally got sick enough. She went ahead and went through it. The other granddaughter did it because she's just one of those energetic people that's going to try whatever it needs to do. So that was more or less our experience with the family. And there's more of the family that it's gotten onto. We tested everybody, and they got different diet changes and things like that. So, in genetics.
Genetics, yes.
Yeah, that was I found. It was my fault. I got them all sick, so got them all tested and fixed them all up.
But you know, the cool thing about genetics is they got the good stuff too. They got your dashing good looks. That's what I tell my kids. I'm like, oh yeah, you inherited my autoimmune genes, but you got some dashing good looks. And my son takes that very seriously.
Oh, good.
My oldest daughter, she'll take anything that I tell her Dr. Maggie says to take. So she's been on the Love Her, and she also takes GTA Forte, and she works 2 jobs, so she's always really tired. But she also started going to the gym recently because she has the energy now to do something else, you know? So hopefully she starts feeling better too. I have one that totally doesn't want anything to do with anything I say, but then I have one that tries everything. So yeah, she's doing a lot better.